Hello. Hi, Don. Hi, Dean. How are you? I've I've had the busiest day. You wouldn't believe the amount of work I've done today in here. I'll give you we'll wait for a few people to arrive and I'll do oh, I've just had cheese and potato pie with some baked beans. We had a veggie night. Love me a bit of cheese and potato pie. I'm not a massive meat fan. I don't eat pork at all. I do eat meat, but I'd be just as happy with veg. So I'll give you guys a bit of a tour and an update on what I've done in here. It is documented. So I have been filming like mad. What's up with that plaque? Let me just give him a tap a minute. Just looking at one of my little bristle noses. Hi, Paul. So Paul came earlier, and I wasn't. I was about done in then, and he was asleep. He shut off round the tank, and I've managed to get to. I've managed to get more done since Paul since Paul came as well. So I've been non-stop. I really have been non-stop. But Paul didn't think I'd get anything else done today, but I have. Let me get my pen and pad a sec. Bear with me a second, guys. I put a bit of paper down somewhere and I need it just to make a note of who's on the lives for the giveaway. Uh, where have I put that bit of paper? Well, I put that somewhere safe earlier, and now I can't find it. I put it too safe. Bear with me. I found it, found it. I do need a pen though. Where's my pen gone? Where's my pen gone? I'll be with you in a second. Just looking for a pen. Where's the bloody pen? Got a marker. I'll use that for now. F M K M. 2, 3. Cool. I am us. So, for those of you that have hi Rye, I'll give a bit of a tour. You're welcome, Paul. It's good to have you here as always. So Paul's already seen this, but so moving down the room, one of the tubs has gone and the other two will be gone. And I started moving the frog tanks. So this rack is completely empty now. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to put both of the frog tanks down here, but I've hit a bit of a problem. So you see where there's the gap in there. It only lets you open the door a little way, and because this one's different, if I put this down into that section, I'm not going to be able to open that door. So I'm going to do away, I'm not in a rush to do this, but I'm going to do away with the rack and build another wooden one like that. So this is where we've got to with this rack. So we've got 3 of the 4 Neo tanks on the bottom. So there's going to be another one going there, but it is going to go front to back. Those 2 are temporary. The 6 tanks go in there, and then we've almost finished this rack. So this tub's just going to get washed out. I've saved it because I want the substrate out of it, and I'm getting another one of these tanks Sunday, so that will go here, and then those Galaxies are going to get moved over into that, and this tank's going completely, and then on here we're going to have 2 20-gallon scapers. They are going to be side on, but well, Paul knows what's coming because he saw some of the preparation for that, but couple of videos for that one on the old channel. Hi Branson, how are you? Keith, on. Just making some name notes. So everyone that comes on these lives and comments are going to be entered into a draw for some merch. Hi Mousy, and I think Jeff's live tonight, but I'm absolutely shattered. I've done so much today. Lifting them frog tanks on your own with a broken back's not good at all. And I did ask for help. Paul kindly offered to help, but I'm quite an impatient person, and I needed to get things done. So I just suffered and did it. But it's probably going to be a t-shirt giveaway, just because it's probably going to be easier for me to post that internationally. They're munching on biofilm, so they're not actually they never stop eating shrimp, so they'll look for bits of algae, bits of biofilm, bacteria, you name it, they'll eat it. So they're literally just grazing. So if I go quiet in the background, I'm writing people's names down to enter them into the draw. And I couldn't find my pen, so I'm actually using the Sharpie. So yeah, probably going to do a t-shirt or something like that as part of the giveaway, because it's probably going to be the easiest thing to post. UK isn't an issue, but US, Canada, Australia, I don't know what I've got on the website. I know it sounds terrible. I'm so much stuff around at the moment that my plan is, when these get moved into the other tank, I've got them sitting next to another tank of Galaxies, and my plan is to sort of work through both colonies, and I want a high grade and a medium grade between the 2 tanks, and then anything that doesn't make medium or high will go in the mixed tank, and that's sort of the long-term plan. Nice face spots on that one there. I need a smaller pointer. it'll focus. Let's watch it focus on that one there. It wants it wants to focus on the end of my net. So yeah, these guys are just grazing. But yeah, quite like that. Quite like that one. I've got a dodgy old Nicrew light on this temporarily, and it just dies. I'm not Johnny, but what I will do is if whoever wins the giveaway, which will probably be a T-shirt or something, I will post that internationally as a one-off, just because I want everyone to get involved in that. Screen's blurry. Let me see what I'm connected to Wi-Fi wise. In fact, let me pull a network cable onto this phone. Bear with me. Might be the Wi-Fi now. I always forget that the Wi-Fi is absolutely horrific in here. But I do have this little gadget that I... How's that? Is that better? Probably dropped off. I've just plugged the network cable directly into the phone port. So the Wi-Fi in here is horrific. I want to try another. I want to try a Wi-Fi router. I've got a network cable in here, but I want to try, which I'm obviously connected to now. It's plugged into the phone, but I want to try a Wi-Fi router in here. I think it will still create problems because I've got the way we insulated the room. The insulation boards are all foiled, and because they're foiled, I think it becomes a Faraday. It works as a Faraday cage. So I don't know if I actually end up putting I've got my routers right in the house, but I've got a Wi-Fi extender in here, which I obviously connect to when I come in here. But I think even putting another router in here, I think that'll still cause problems. Nice to see how active they are, and this soil's only supposed to last a year, and we're coming up to sort of 10 months with that. 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. So it'd be interesting to. I mean, when I move them, I'm actually going to move the. I'm going to drain the soil out as well. Give it a rinse in its own water. Just grabbing some of that. Give it a rinse in its own water, and I'm going to put that soil in a UGF box in the other tank. This is what you were on about, isn't it, John? These. So I use them as I used them as a stand for a UGF box, so the shrimp could climb, like have somewhere to feel safe under the UGF. But when I cleaned the tank out, I ended up throwing them in the air because they've got a load of bacteria on them anyway, you know. Let's see if I can get this level because it's killing my OCD bad. There we go. That's better. I mean, we could feed them. I'll work out which ones they are, John, and send you the link. Because there are two. I have got two types. They're definitely SL Aqua, and I think they're not the cylinder one. Although the cylinders, I don't think they're the ones that show as cylinder. Yeah, this could be a really nice colony with some work. Yeah, I might actually, I might do the UGF slightly different to what I normally do it, and I might actually do a layer of biological in the UGF because there's not a lot of soil in this tank. I'm literally 1 grain thick. See that one there, to me, that it is a galaxy, but it's not all that. Whereas I like the face spots on these loads more than that one per se, but that one's got a nice backline, quite uniform, no breaks. No, I've got tanks that have got more than 1 centimetre in. The the reason I use a very thin layer is because with a thin layer you've got less chance of hydrogen sulfide build up from the waste. So that's nice. I like. I've done tanks with 1 inch, but yeah, it's because I reset often because I like to mess about with stuff. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I try and go at 1 grain, but I'll guarantee I'll have tanks that have got more than that. I think I've got tanks that are set up. I'm looking round behind me now. I don't think I have. I think as I used to put quite a thick layer in, but I think as time's gone by, I've got thinner and thinner and thinner. But I personally haven't had problems with it at that thickness, or I've had some where I'm nearly 1 inch thick, or probably like, thin at the front, deeper at the back. I could feed them and get a pile up, but I don't really want to. Oh dear. I need to go and do some stock alterations on the website afterwards. So I'm probably only going to do an hour. I think Jeff's live at normally goes live at 8:30 on a Wednesday. My my missus has just she started a new job. She works at Morrison's, and she absolutely hates it. And she's worked there for it'll be 20 years in August, and she used to have contracted hours. Then they've done away with contracted hours when the Americans bought the business, and she used to work a couple of days a week and work till 3. So she took another job at the local school, just a couple of hours an evening, doing a bit of cleaning from 4 till 6. And Morrison's have started putting her on till 4 and 5 o'clock instead of 3. So she's mentioned it to them, and they said to her, it doesn't, well, that doesn't suit the needs of the business. And I says, you should have said to Morrison, well, that doesn't suit the needs of my life. I says, and you noticing? And then she's been offered longer shifts at the new job. She loves the new job. she'd been offered longer shifts at that new job, and they said, can you let me know by the end of the week? And literally, she had a message come up on her phone, and it was her hours for next week at Morrison's, and they put her in till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, even though she spoke to them and said, I can't do 3 o'clock's the latest I can do. So they've said they'll sort something out, but they've obviously took the P like. So she'll be handing a notice in tomorrow and taking the extra hours at the new one like. She said all they're interested in is money. I said, yeah, that's every company you work for, really. It's what suits them, not what suits you. Although my own experience, I work for software companies, but if it's a small software house, they tend to look after their staff pretty well, and they want you to have a good work-life balance, but they also want you to do a job, you know. Hi, Rainer. So look at them picking through the soil. I do like that shrimp. Something about it. So when I do the 220 gallons, one of them's at my daughter's. She wanted me to set a tank up for her. Never got round to it. She needed to buy a cabinet for it, but never got round to it. So I'm having that back. And the other one's the Iwagumi that's in the house. And that's how it should be, Branton. You know, I remember when my dad passed away. He passed away on the Sunday. I knew that we used to get 5 days off when you lost an immediate family member, but I knew I'd need those 5 days because of the amount of stuff I'd have to sort out. And it was, Dad lived 100 mile away, so running backwards and forwards trying to sort stuff out, I knew it was going to be sort of hard work. So I went into work on the Monday, and HR called me in and says, why are you here? And I says, because I can't do anything. I've got to wait for the body to be released. I can't do anything at all. And I'm going to need those 5 days. And I've got stuff that I can do. I've got reports to write. I've got stuff that I need to do, and I'll have my 5 days when I want them, not when not when you tell me to have them type thing. And they says, how long is it going to take you to finish your report? I says, an hour. They says, well, once you've done that, go. And I says, I don't want to go. No, we're ordering you to go home. And I left, and I bought a new car. I've still got the car, actually. I bought a new car, and I was supposed to pick it up on the Saturday, and I rang the car dealer and said, any chance I can fetch it today? And they says, oh, well, can you come about 4 o'clock? Because we're going to have to get it out and prepped, ready for you to pick it up. So I actually went and picked the car up, so I know exactly how old my car, I know exactly when I bought the car, because it was the day after my dad passed away. I've had that car, God, 5.5 years I've had that car. And I'm in no mood to change it anytime soon. See, that's like Morrison's, Keith. If there was a girl that worked with my missus at Morrison's, she used to have a lot of time off, but she had MS, ME, something like that. She'd got an illness, and they knew it when they employed her. And she had a doctor's note, and they gave her a verbal warning or a written warning because she'd had time off with a doctor's note. If you're sick, you're sick. And if a doctor signed you off, I find it absolutely appalling that you know that they can give you a warning when you're ill. If you're ill, you're ill. You can't help being ill. You don't know if you're going to be ill 2 days next year or 3 days next year. It's horrific. I mean, if you're constantly having Monday mornings off, you know, once a month on a Monday, you're having the day off. I get that. So this one's on my Samsung Galaxy. So I think I was using the Honor phone last time. So I've got one of my Neo tanks that I need to empty, and I want to rescape it or redo it. So I did it with a bit of soil and a bit of sand, and the sands ended up in the soil. I didn't pack the rock well, so I'm gonna strip that, empty it, and redo that before you come up, John. Bank holiday Tuesdays, absolutely. And I mean, it's my opinion, but the way that pensioners are treated, who've paid their dues really, the way that pensioners are treated, it's like, it just feels like they want people to work all their life and then die when they don't pay tax. That's what it feels like to me. You're a burden then. You're a burden on the state. That's how it feels. I get it if pensioners have sort of got millions in the bank, but you know, the average pensioner, that bit of money for the energy, and energy is not cheap. There'll be an easy test of this, right? Once the war's ended in Ukraine and the Russian gas starts to flow again, let's see if the energy bills come down massively to pre-war prices. That's the one to look at, because my betting is not a chance. Oh, bit of fluff. I have topped these tanks up as well. Another one come down. I mean, it's ironic, isn't it, that Ukraine are giving mineral rights away so that the West can support them in defeating Russia. It was probably always the plan, in my opinion. Follow the money. Trump sounds like he's won the jackpot. Sorry, just picking some bits up off the floor. I drilled some air valves in earlier, and the little corkscrew off the drills are on the floor, the plastic. It's doing my head in. OCD. Need a clean shrimp room. I did them in situ, which I shouldn't really do. I sent Keith a meme thing earlier, and it says something like, I've just had my electricity bill, and I think I've paid for sunlight, moonlight, light of the Holy Spirit, and the light at the end of the tunnel, or something like that. It's just about all these sunlights, moonlight. I hate this Nicrew light. Yeah, that's what they've done. So, or yeah, the standing. So they'll keep the price low, but they'll hike up like you stand in charge and stuff like that. I remember when we were kids, right? And you'd buy a Mars bar as an example. That Mars bar was massive, and I don't think it was because we had smaller hands. It's because they still want to charge you the same price or put it up a little bit but reduce the size of it. It's There's a term for it, isn't there? Trying to think what the term is. It's not quantitative easing. It's there is a proper term for it. When instead of shrinkflation, yeah, there's a. It wasn't what I was looking for, but yeah, that works. It's sorry, I've just spotted something else that needs cleaning. You know, the 300 mil can of beans suddenly becomes 290 mil. But yeah, shrinkflation, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. So there's a load of I've noticed a right pile of dust, and I'm not sure why there's a right pile of dust over the AC unit. I might need to wipe the filter out of that. It looks quite dirty. I might need to get that out and give that a wipe. I won't do it now. But yeah, always follow the money and you'll find out what the problem is. It is mad. And I think it's killed the hobby as well. Because people haven't got spare disposable income. You know, you think about it in lockdown, people getting paid to sit at home and they were bored. And the hobby sort of did okay and sort of grew, and people buying stuff online, and then all that stopped and the price of everything went up and it sort of destroyed that. Yeah, but there's no, I mean, in my opinion, there's no other system, because even with communism, the idea of communism is perfect, but the reality of communism is it would never work, because you're always going to get those higher up the chain, and it ends up being a dictatorship. You look at China, you look at Russia and places like that. Oh, and I was talking to Paul about this earlier, Branton, about not all, but a lot of my orders, I'll throw something extra in, and I'm not in it. I want the business to make money to support the room, but I'm not really in it for the money. It was never done for that, and I've sort of stuck with that. And if I bought something off somebody and they sent me a little extra, I'd use them again. I mean, the sad fact is that the costs to run this room don't even get covered by the sales that I do from this room. And I'm okay with that. I don't mind that. It'd be nice if it could become self-sufficient. My problem is I want to expand and change things all the time, so any money I make I spend anyway. I'm gonna quickly pull this. I'm gonna quickly pull this camera out, because here's somebody you don't usually see. So believe it or not, I had that little Pleco and it was 1 centimetre. it was barely out the egg sac. Oh, I need to use my other tripod, not this Temu one. This Temu one I hate. You can't lock it in how you want to. Yes, yes, she's fat. Do you know? I've been keeping fish and not shrimp, but I've been keeping fish for 37 years or more, and I've had loads of bristlenose plex over the years. Do you know? I've never once had one with bristles. I've had every one I've had has been a female. I've got two in a little tank with some oh, what are these shrimp John sent to me? Blue jellies. I've got a couple in here with some blue jellies, and neither of those two are bristled up either. Never had one with bristles. I think if I got one with bristles, I'd have to buy an adult with bristles. Yeah, I think if I was a hobby breeder, it's energy costs for me. I do meter the room, but at the moment I'm paying that energy, so my room's metered, and I know what I'm paying per unit. I don't, and what the VAT is. I don't put any standing charge towards the room because I'm paying that from the house anyway. So every month I calculate what the room's used, and what I spend. You know, sometimes I have to buy. I mean, I use stuff that I use my own stock, but I need to probably clear 500 quid profit a month. I've got very little overheads, but I don't clear 500 a month overheads. Don't sell enough. Yeah, I agree with that, Keith. A little less capitalistic. It's not all about the money, you know, and the problem is a lot of employers. That's all it's about. You know, you look at these energy companies. Oh, the global price of energy's gone up. So why are you recording triple profits than you were last year? You know, why should you bleed people dry so your shareholders can buy another yacht? No, I don't really have them here, Branton. You sometimes get like fish auctions at working men's clubs, but from my experience, they tend to be more north of the country. There's nothing round here. Nothing round here at all. I think there's some around London and down south, and you tend to get them sort of northeast and above that. I mean, there might be some. I just don't know about them. A weird looking shrimp, but look at the blue in it. Where is it gone? This one. Some lovely blue in that. Yeah, you get trade. I've been to a couple of trade shows, but that was more for me trying to sort of get accounts going with people, even if it's, you know, pro forma, so you can you can buy from different suppliers, but what you get a lot of in the UK is the majority of the major suppliers won't supply online businesses. Yeah, I'll have him, John. They won't supply online businesses, they only supply bricks and mortar. And I get that. I do get that, because the bricks and mortar businesses have got overheads they've invested to the point, they're less likely to just fold and disappear. But there are some, I've got a couple of suppliers that will deal with me, and you sort of build up a rapport with them, and they sort of get an idea of what you're spending. And I've been to trade shows and met them, and yeah, the good old fish store. They the big players and a lot of the big suppliers. So the, probably the biggest wholesaler is J&K Aquatics, and most of the big distributors only supply J&K Aquatics. So an example would be Sierra products. So I love Sierra test kits, but Sierra only supply J&K, and J&K only supply bricks and mortar. As an example, Peregrine Live Foods have also got a fantastic range of dry goods. Peregrine Live Foods only supply bricks and mortar, although one of the sales directors, I did have a good chat with him, and he has asked me to give him a ring. So Peregrine Live Foods is an example. I'd pound pro forma. You won't have to wait for your money. I'll only buy what I can physically pay for, and I'll pay for it before you send it. So there's no risk. I think what they worry about is because you haven't got the overheads, you'll cut the market prices and outdo their bricks and mortar. But that's easy to deal with, because all you do is you sign an agreement that, one of my wholesalers, I'm one of the range of products I'm not allowed to sell on Amazon, eBay, TikTok, nothing, can't sell it, not allowed to. But that's part of your agreement to have that account. And by doing that, and you're not sort of a serial price cutter. I can't afford to be a serial price cutter. I sell at recommended retail or thereabouts. That's good, Branson. Yeah, me and Keith were mentioned this the other day, that with Amazon, I could set up on Amazon, and you get two options with Amazon. You get fulfilled by seller or fulfilled by Amazon. So if you're fulfilled by Amazon, what you do is you send boxes of your products to Amazon, and it goes on into their warehousing. But what Amazon did was they realised that they could actually buy products that people were selling in bulk cheaper and make more money and sell it themselves, and that's what they've done, which is exactly why I never ever went with Amazon. And even though I'm doing TikTok and I've got a TikTok shop, I'm very selective. I haven't got my whole inventory on there. I've got my botanicals and a few shrimp tubes and caves and stuff like that, like ceramic products, for that exact reason. I want to be in control of it. I'm gonna grab a cushion. Oh! Do you want to flip the view and have a look at some more galaxies over the other side of the room? Let's. I'm in the process of running all these airlines in. So ignore the monstrosity of an airline that I had to build yesterday. I run out of screw-in valves. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Why did that fall over? Good job I caught it though. It's the weight of the cable. Oh, I know why, because that's not. Let's put that there. Let's lock that in, undo that. Let's tilt that a bit. So I've drilled my air valves in and I've changed a couple of the airlines, but I need to do the others. I've built this monstrosity last night just so I could get these tanks on, although I'd run out of air valves. But it worked. Might feed these actually. And there's a nice reflection behind me. Right, that's easy remedied. There we go. And we've still got a good reflection there. Right, that's not bad. There you go, that's better. Is he scratching his bum, that one? That's exactly what I've used 22 mil push fit portable water pipe. It's not drain, it's actually a water pipe. It's 22 mil push fit. That about selling stuff cheaper was something that I picked up with my sales director from one of my suppliers. I was saying, why is it that products that only you sell cost me more to buy than one of my competitors is selling them for? And he says, you're on exactly the same pricing structure. I says, well, how does that work then? And he says, because he forgets to change the prices when they go up. So he sells stuff at the old prices. I thought, yeah, right. I believe that when I see it. Has it gone blurry again? Let's see if I did drop this, so let me bear with me. Might reconnect this. How's that? That any better? The irony is this is opti-white glass as well. So I'd expect that to be actually clearer. It is a bit blurred, that. I wonder if I You guys still hear and see and stuff, or it's pixeling? I'm not sure why, because it's not on Wi-Fi. Let me knock the Wi-Fi off completely. Not sure why. I'm on a cable network. It is struggling to focus in here for some reason. Yeah, I've tried that. This will disconnect if I unplug, right? So bear with me. Is that any better? Let's you can't see a picture of a shrimp now, but let's go back over the other side. Let's see if that makes a difference. I can always switch the lights back on. So the picture doesn't look great for me there either. Oh, it's probably my nipper playing FIFA. That's more likely. I'm going to pull the cable again to. How's that? Still bad? I bet my nipper's on FIFA. Absolutely killing it. We're coming up to the hour market anyway, guys, so I'm going to wrap up there. So I did only want to do an hour. I know Jeff's on soon, but I'll go and find out for next time if the nipper's on FIFA, and a pound to a penny is on FIFA. But I'm on a gig internet here, so it shouldn't make massive difference. So I'm going to wrap up there, guys, but thank you very much for coming on. I say I'm going to do. It doesn't really do much gaming until sort of late, this time. So I'll try and come on a bit earlier next time, and I'll catch you all later. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.